Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Steve Larsen, and you're listening to Sales Funnel Radio in a hotel room.
Welcome to Sales Funnel Radio, where you'll learn marketing strategies to grow your online business using today's best internet sales funnels. And now, here's your host, Steve Larsen.
What's up, guys? My voice just cracked. First of all, I have bronchitis, which is ridiculous. Never had that. It's a terrible feeling. And yesterday, my wife and I were talking, and she's like, "So you excited to go speak?" And I was like, "I'm excited." And we realized that I needed to leave today instead of tomorrow. And so I for an extra thing. And so it's Sunday, and I usually don't travel on Sundays, but I went and I actually got on a plane, and I am actually in Las Vegas right now. And I've got two speeches to write, and I haven't written any of them. 2 speeches to write with 2 other speeches besides those that are going to be unscripted, and I'm excited about that. I love the off-the-cuff ones. Because there's usually a lot of things that I learn while I'm talking, which is kind of weird. But anyway, so I've been going for 2 weeks now on my own webinar, and things are going fantastic. And I've made almost half of my year's salary in the last 2 weeks, which is amazing. And things are going fantastic. And I don't say that to like boast or whatever, but it's going really, really well. And I spent a ton of time mentally, thinking about and crafting and writing on whiteboards and pieces of paper, all sorts of stuff that would help create and put together the sales message that would sell my product, right, for my webinar. And that took me a while. So by comparison, I am using the same webinar-styled format in these next 2 speeches, which are back-to-back here in Vegas. I'm speaking at 2 different places. I'm speaking 4 times, literally 1 time each day for the next 4 days. And I haven't written any of the speeches. I haven't put anything together for them. And so on the flight over here, I was kind of starting to freak out, and I was like, holy crap. And I've been coaching for a long time now with 2 Common Gold people. This podcast, I've spoken at many other places, many other times, both documented and undocumented. You know what I mean? So while I'm stressed out about it a little bit, the amount of times I've done it now, it certainly is something for me to fall back on. But really, it truly is the webinar script. But in the past, I still would spend 2 or 3 days running through these scripts and thinking through the actual, the false beliefs of the individuals that are going to be there, the stories that will help break and rebuild their beliefs, what I can give them that will help apply now to their life, the new way that they see the world, things like that. And anyway, so I'm excited, but holy crap, I literally have I have bronchitis. I'm taking a Z pack right now, which is insane, and these cough suppressants that make me drowsy, and I'm supposed to think clearly in a way that lets me craft a sales message. It's this is the crap that you remember later on in the future, because it's not that fun right now. Oh man. And I certainly wish that I was home, but I'm super thankful and for this whole opportunity, and this is going to be awesome. And I was just thinking through how it's so funny that in every opportunity, there's always, I say this on my webinar, every opportunity that you're given, it's an opportunity, but you also take on a lot of problems. Not like crippling problems, but they can become crippling problems. Every time you go off to pursue something, let's say that you're going to go off and you're going to, do some crazy speaking back to back in Vegas, or let's say you have the opportunity to go do a webinar, or let's say you have to go do, whatever it is. Let's say you got a funnel you're trying to put together, opportunities, if you don't take them, they're handed off to other people. They don't leave you. Opportunities go to other people. They move on. They have this way of living, and then they'll just go get manifested into someone else's life. And so you have to grab them and take onto them. But every time you do, there's the opportunity, but then there's also a whole bunch of you don't just inherit an opportunity. You inherit problems. For example, it would be an opportunity, let's say that you have an Olympian, and the Olympian is going around or the Olympian to be a wannabe Olympian, someone who is just starting out. Let's say they want to go, I don't know, I don't know, do an Olympic event, and they've been practicing this Olympic event forever. Let's say it's a sprinter, and I have mad respect for that, for especially sprinters. Man, those guys are nuts. Like, that's so intense what those guys do. And they've been practicing, and every opportunity comes a huge amount of problems with it. Okay, and it's almost like you level up, okay, your problem set. And if you can't figure out the very basic problem, of like the most junior league things of what it had to do with to run and sprint and learn how to do that stuff, like, you're not going to get to the next level, right? And you're not going to get to the next level after that. You won't go to the next level after that. And that's exactly how business works. That's exactly how life works in general. Anytime there's an opportunity, you do not just get an opportunity. You inherit problems with it, and you will not get the actual fruits of the opportunity unless you solve the problems also. You know what I mean? And so it's funny to me, like I'll go out and I'll teach people like the Funnel Hackathon event, which is happening next week, which is crazy. It's like so intense right now. I'm speaking my face off right now, but I'm excited. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun. But like, it's always interesting for me to watch. Like, there's always a few people, I'll go and I'll say like, okay, so this is what you go do. And instead of just like saying, oh my gosh, that's really cool, thanks for sharing that, Steven, every once in a while, I'll get somebody who like wants to challenge it as if I'm lying or have some motive to, which I don't know what that would be. And then they start pointing out, instead of seeing the opportunity, they see the problems that they have to go solve, which is a good thing, but they see them in this crippling way. And then they actually never actually go get anything done, because they cannot get they can't get past the fact that they've got to go solve these different problems. And this over and over and over and over. And it's like, it makes me sad. Like, selfishly, I hate when I coach someone like that, when they just continually see all the problems in front of their face. Yes, they'll have to solve them. Yes, they'll have to go through them. Yes, they'll have to figure them all out. But the saving grace of it is that they don't have to go through all the problems at once. They happen one by one by one by one. And if I was to sit here, because I'm not going to lie, like, I'm kind of stressed out. I'm a little bit freaked out about what I have to get accomplished. I basically have to write 2 full webinars by Tuesday. 2 completely full, completely different, totally different audiences. Okay? 2 totally different webinars, the full script, everything, in 2 days. And then I gotta present them back to back. Like, that's intense, man. That's hard. But if I sit here and I think too long about it, it's stressful, it's crippling, it will paralyze me. Why? Because it's a character flaw I had to overcome. But if I sit back, let's start at square one. What are the false beliefs of the individuals there? And I go through and I just start listing a whole bunch of false beliefs, and I start naming out what's the vehicle related one, what's the internal related one, what's the external related one. Then I go through and I figure out what's the combating truth, the combating story, what's the headline to that, the actual things with the actual bonus. Then we start crafting out the actual stack. Once that's done, the crux of the whole thing is there, and the rest of it gets really easy. Then we're just getting into slide creation. But this part can take a while, and I'm trying to stay in my creative spot. I am tired. I'm on meds. I do not feel good right now. But like this, that's how the whole thing works, you guys. There's one of my favorite, I can't remember who said it. I don't remember where it was said, but there was somewhere, it's in my head somewhere, that somebody said, you can measure the success of an individual based on the number of problems that they have solved. Okay? You have got to fall in love with problem solving. If you're like, hey, I want to go be an entrepreneur, get ready to solve a new problem every day. That's what it is, And you go look at a guy like Russell Brunson, or you go look at a guy, like Frank Kern, all these. And you see how many problems that they've solved, not just for themselves, for other people, and that directly equates to success. It will. It can't not eventually equate to success. And so when all these people are like, I've been asked many times, like, Steven, how should I start? What should I do? What are the things that I should get done? And if you have no idea where to start, just start solving problems that other people have, and publish about it and document the journey along the way. That's literally what helped launch that webinar that I did. It's such a staggering amount right out of the gates. It's killing it. It's doing amazing. You know what I mean? Like, is because I documented the journey of me. I didn't even have all the problems figured out until like literally I finished the webinar slides, the very first one 2 weeks ago. I finished it 2 minutes before the webinar started. 2 minutes before. It was 170 people registered for the thing. You know, like, and it's amazing what ended up happening. But like, what I'm trying to convey here on this whole thing is that you got to understand that Russell always taught me that the formula, the format, that's the thing that saves you. You know, so if you're about to go on stage or you're writing a sales script or whatever it is, study formulas, study. And I don't mean like math formulas. I never did that stuff ever. But like the perfect webinar is just a formula, you know, and you start at square one. And if you're trying to get good at a funnel, you will still have to go through, and you're like, Steven, I'm not doing a webinar. I'm doing a tripwire funnel. Great. You still need to incorporate these kinds of things. This is sales in general. It's not just for webinars. It's for everything. Everything where persuasion is involved. Anyway, that's all I'm trying to think. And that's all I was trying to share today is marry the formula of whatever profession you're trying to go for. If there's some opportunity out there you're trying to go for, understand that you're inheriting problems. But what's funny is that if you're just starting out, if there's other people who are farther along the path than you're trying to go down, there's a formula that they've mastered. Go figure out what that is. I don't care if it's a formula for going to bed early and getting up early. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's a formula for lifting or exercise or eating or whatever it is that you're trying to go do. Someone else who is further down the path figured out a pattern. Okay, and when you go model an individual to go and actually start learning from that person, what you're trying to do is you're trying to look for the model that they've been doing. You're trying to look for the pattern. And I've been practicing this pattern of the perfect webinar script enough times now that I can show up 2 days before I need to be doing my thing and crank out 2 completely separate webinars. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say here. Marry the formula. Marry it. Figure out whatever it is. And if it's not the perfect webinar formula, if you're like, I'm really into underwater basket weaving, like, okay, then let's go find the biggest guru on underwater basket weaving. And go learn from the individual and sit down and start figuring out and marry the formula. You know that thing so well. Too many times I've noticed, like, there's a guy that I used to chat with a lot. He was one of my early mentors as a teenager, and he goes, "What are your goals, Steven? What are your goals?" I think he was the first guy that ever really called me Steve. I think he kind of helped start that and stick that, because my parents always called me Steven. Anyway, random. But he'd go, "What are your goals?" And I would sit there and I'd think, "Do you have goals?" I say, "Yeah." And he'd go, "What are they?" And if I couldn't name them right off the bat, like numbers, specific numbers, he would be like, "Oh, that's not a goal then. It's just a wish. That's not a goal. No, that's not your goal. Don't worry about that." And he would discount it really, really quickly. And he would all he would be trying to do is he was trying to tell me that I have to marry the goal. I have got to attach myself to it in a way that is ingrained in my brain, and I dream about it and I think about it and I can't get away from it because it is a part of me. It becomes part of my being and my fiber and everything, and I literally embody the goal. And it's the same thing with whatever the formula is of the industry that you're trying to get into. 100%, you guys, you've got to get really, and I don't feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again now, and I probably am, but that's the point. It's like too many times I see people like, "I'm building a tripwire funnel." It's like, cool, what does it look like? And then they'll have no idea that they know they need a tripwire funnel, but they're not studying all the little pieces. They're not getting romantic about all the little pieces that it takes to put one together. It is a huge brain jog to get one awesome funnel off the ground. Don't plan on like 1 billion funnels you're trying to get out this year. Just do one amazing one. Study the formula like crazy. There is a million other places I could go spend my time and my money and my energy creating other businesses and things like that right now. I have not moved on past this webinar funnel though. Okay. And that's the reason why. It's amazing when I spend 24/7 of my time obsessing over a single funnel. It's amazing what happens from that. Okay, and I know exactly why it's working. I know exactly why it's being successful. I know exactly the issues that it has. I understand very well where it is. But it takes that level of obsession. Don't let anybody tell you. I remember there was a person once that told me, like, it's not healthy to be a monomaniac. You gotta have balance in life. That's crap, okay? That's crap. I don't, like, whoever put the whole facade out there about, like, it's all about life balance. It's all about, no. Whatever the formula is of the industry you're trying to go to, figure it out, marry it, obsess over it, become a monomaniac over it, become unreasonable about the goal, become unreasonable about understanding the formula. And that is where you'll rise above everyone else. Because they think I gotta have life balance. I gotta have life balance the whole way. Okay, yeah, to some extent, totally. But, like, I've never met anyone who has ever been successful in anything who was a dabbler. You know what I mean? I've never met anyone. And it's the reason why I in kind of a weird way, guys, I will sit there at night sometimes and I will think through the perfect webinar script. Okay? Random points of the day. And I'll sit down and I'll start thinking through, because I'm obsessed with the thing. I know it's the tool that has made millions and millions and millions of dollars in the industry. So why would I not study it like the back of my hand? Why would I not know it like as well as anything else, right? And that's what I'm trying to just put across here. And what's cool about it is as you study it, and as you stop studying other stuff, and as you get really, really focused on just this one, whatever the one thing is that you're trying to get really good at, and start having a not to-do list. There's plenty of things put on a to-do list. You need to have a not to-do list. I will not do this. I will not do this. You need to get really good at saying no, figure out the thing you're trying to go after, figure out the formula that some other guru out there figured out, and get romantic about the thing, guys. Like, commit the whole thing to memory, obsess over it, become a monomaniac over it, study it like crazy, execute with an expectation that you will fail your face off for quite some time. And what's cool, what starts to happen when you do that kind of stuff, when you actually come out the gates with that kind of speed, it's ridiculous. And you'll get good, but then you'll also be able to lean on it when opportunities start coming to you like crazy, just like I am right now. It's 10:20 at night. I've got probably another hour in me. I'm super exhausted. I need to sleep. I don't feel good. But, like, it's the fact that I have studied this formula and I have executed it so many times now. As much as Russell and other people, of course not. But enough that I've developed a confidence with it that I know I'll be able to stand up. I know I'll be able to close a good percent of the room. I know I'll be like, and that comes with the practice. That comes with it, with obsessively studying the patterns, obsessively tearing after whatever the industries before, or whatever the gurus before in the industries have paved the path on already. I study that stuff so that I know that I've proven that, I've followed the same path they've proven that it worked, and then I want to take it farther than they did, right? That requires that I know what they did. Anyway, hopefully this episode made sense. I've been going for 18 minutes now, and I wasn't planning on doing that. But I hope that you understand that the format, right, is what saves you in many aspects. Not just number one, it's what brings you the opportunity you are seeking. But number two, when opportunity starts coming to you, when the market starts to see that you know what the heck you're talking about, it is the thing also that saves your butt because you have put the time in. It's like what wrestlers call mat time. You just put that mat time in. Time on the mat, practicing like crazy, right? Getting that mat time down. It's the same thing with funnels. Sometimes I don't need to build another funnel. I just start thinking through them. This morning, in my head, I invented a new funnel type, and I was in the shower, and I was thinking through all these different cool things, and I was like, how cool would it be if I did this, and this, and combine these together? And when you know the formulas that well, you can start mixing and matching recipes from different things and toss them and mash them together. And that's all I'm trying to say is that, like, too many times I've seen people come up and they're like, I'm going to be a really good funnel builder. Like, awesome. Have you literally been drinking all funnel related stuff? Like, no. Like, then don't change your expectations, because you're not going to be an amazing funnel builder. I am trying to be the best funnel builder in the world. Am I? I don't know. No. But I like to think I am, and I'm on my way, and I'm trying to be, and I'm calling the shot, okay? And I'm trying my best. And the pursuit of that is what's led me to what has happened, and was led me to hang out with the people I've been able to, and is what has led me to be able to do those things. And that's the funny thing about it. Have I actually gotten the thing that I set out to do? No. Be the best funnel builder in the world? No. But the pursuit of it, the honest pursuit of it, and being able to document the journey on the way has allowed tons of doors to open. Don't be afraid to just do it. Don't be afraid to marry the formula. Don't be afraid to be a monomaniac about it. Don't be afraid that other people are going to... That's what's going to end up happening, you guys. You're going to get learning so much stuff. You will gain a level of exclusivity. I don't mean always in the positive way either. Entrepreneurship can be a lonely game because of that. You're literally the only ones that understand your thing. You know what I mean? Anyway, hopefully it made sense. A little bit of a babble, but go figure out the formula. Cut out all other formulas. Don't worry about them. Whatever the one is that is proven to take you to the thing that you're really seeking the most. And for a while, I didn't know what that formula was. I didn't know what, let me say it again. I didn't know what opportunity I wanted, but I knew which formula I liked the most, which is this webinar one, which is why I chose doing it. Okay. I didn't necessarily know which opportunity I wanted to go for, which business, which thing, which funnel, which this, which that. But I loved the way the perfect webinar script and everything else was laid out, which is why I chose that one. And I have essentially married the thing. And that's why everything's happened how it's happened. So go figure out what that is. Cut out all other options. Don't even act like they don't even exist. And hopefully it's kind of a cool episode. Hopefully it's been awesome. I'll send another message when I tell you guys. I'll let you guys know how it goes. And hopefully I won't be dead at that time. I do not feel good. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Sales Funnel Radio. Please remember to subscribe and leave feedback. Want to get one of today's best internet sales funnel for free? Go to salesfunnelbroker.com/free funnels to download your pre-built sales funnel today.